Okay, ladies and gents, of course, I'm James IZ, and I'm back here with another video. So, yesterday I was scrolling through YouTube and everything looking for a video to watch, and this popped up in my recommended, and then I thought to myself, this is a perfect video to make a video about for my YouTube channel so that I can monetize it and make money from it. And so this video is titled, Why Don't Men Ask Questions on Dates? And then I thought to myself that maybe this one woman here, maybe she's not interesting enough to even ask questions, and maybe she's only choosing guys that only want to talk about themselves, and which I can completely understand why, because most women aren't truly interesting. Like, this is from a channel called The Book Leo, and she's like a book channel, so yeah, she's pretty boring.
So, the other day I was on a date. We were sitting outside because it was still pretty warm even though it was the evening, and this guy was very interesting. He was in a band, he was a bass player. I really enjoyed listening to him talk about how he wanted to start writing his own song soon. I had a lot of very interesting conversations with this man until about halfway into the date I realized I hadn't even talked about a simple thing as what my job was.
Okay, well, that's probably because this guy is in a band. Like, he's a really good bass player, and hopefully one day he'll be able to write his own music. So clearly you're gonna be second here, sweetheart. You better fall in line. It's just so obvious that what else can, like, she come up with, bro? Like, she runs a book channel, for fuck's sakes, bro. She's probably boring.
He hadn't asked. And after the date I realized that if I'd never started talking about my job, he would never have figured out, because he didn't ask me a single question in the duration of a 2.5-hour date.
Cool.
And this turned out to be a pretty persistent problem in the dates that I go on. I ask a man about his passion, his job, his hobbies, and have genuine, interesting conversation around those things, only to leave the date with the sudden realization he doesn't know anything about me. And this—
Sweetheart, did you sleep with them that same night? Like, she's leaving out like some important context here, you know what I mean? What, like, you're on like a date for 2.5 hours? I mean, has she ever thought that maybe like the conversation is just so good to the point that he stops talking about himself, and then it's like you're both just having like a good, genuine conversation, and you're just flowing really well, and like, but then like you realize that you're not talking about yourself at all, which, I mean, what about it? Okay, and like, stop complaining and just bring it up then. The fuck, what?
This is not just happening to me. I have a lot of female friends who experience the same thing. TikTok, whose algorithm quickly found out that I am dating, feeds me tons of videos of women complaining about the same problem.
Minding my business, and then remembering I was into that guy who literally never asked me a single question about myself. Oh,
remember when you let that shit slide? Yeah, you thought we forgot.
Okay, so you were really into him, but like he didn't really care about knowing you. Like, he's picking like that female part of the brain of where, as like a dude, it's like you kind of have to talk to them like you don't care about talking to them ever again. So basically you just say, you know, like you just say whatever you want, you know what I mean?
Every time we go on a date or we talk, he'd always talk about himself. He never asked me any questions about me or my life.
It's like the guys actually don't want to see you ever again, and they just want to smash, you know what I mean? That's basically it.
Junie Kelly wrote for The Independent about the phenomenon of men just talking and talking and talking and not asking any questions. She shares the experience of an acquaintance. I once went on a date with a man who didn't ask me a single question until 11 p.m. when, at last orders, he said through a mouthful of crisps, "So what do you do?" I knew how his grandparents met by that point. Here's another anecdote from an article on Inside Hook. You ask someone, "Oh, where did you grow up?" and then you expect them to just ask the same thing in return. Not even come up with a question.
You know what? Now, like, I'm thinking about it, I don't even ask women questions anymore, to be honest with you, because again, they're boring. And then it's like, yeah, like they give you like just a stupid response, and then it's just like they tend to overthink it, and then, you know, one of them makes a 31-minute video about this entire fucking topic. Like, it's really not even that big of a deal to me, to be honest with you, because you're probably, you know, talking to guys that aren't even interested, you know, into even like, you know, making them your girlfriend or something. I don't even know, but whatever, bro. This shit is just stupid, but let's continue on so that I can make a YouTube video out of this.
connection of their own. I thought maybe it was just a fluke of the guy, but as the dates continued, I realized not only am I not getting asked questions, I'm not even having my own questions returned to me. And as a response to this just lack of questions.
Okay, wait, let's check the comments to see why don't men ask what bold we assume I go on dates. This dude's funny. Okay. Oh my goodness, bro. So this is what I think is that most of you bitches are boring anyways, and most guys know that, so we don't even bother asking you.
Questions from men on dates. Sophia Benoit writes for Bustle. This is her advice. She says, not asking questions is, to me, a deal breaker. What does it say about—
Oh no.
And this is kind of the general idea, right? The fact that men are not asking any questions on dating apps is a sign that they're just not interested in you. Or I would even go further as to say that it is a sign of just self-absorbedness, kind of asshole behavior. Some might even say like narcissism, that people or these—
And yet she still goes on dates with them. I'm just like, you chicks still fall for those guys though, so it's working clearly, you know, a clear as day. Like, fellas, just take notes here, okay? Do the opposite of whatever the hell she's about to tell you.
Men on dates, they just want to talk about themselves and they just show no interest. They have no interest in the person that is sitting across from them.
Yeah, and
why is that? Kelly blames—
It's because I'm better than you, that's why.
Kind of modern problem of men not asking questions on modern dating app culture.
No. Okay, so now she's talking about asking questions on dating apps. Like, the average guy probably gets 5 matches within about a month. So then it's like they try to have a conversation with them. They, you know, like they're asking questions and like try to get to know those 5 matches. 2 out of the 5 never text back. One of them never even messaged him like in the first place. The other 2 are fat and ugly. You know what I mean? Let's just continue on, because to me, you know, just like talking back and forth is just completely like just a pointless on dating apps, and just get straight to the fucking point, you know what I mean?
This has changed the dating landscape a lot, kind of causing this swipification of meeting people where you are forced to sell yourself on a first encounter. Note, I'm not just—
You know, like those red pill guys, it's like they put like, okay, like what, like their, you know, like their muscles, money, and status, right? They focus on that, and then like that's all that they ever talk about, and they don't actually care about knowing the other person. So that's like a red pill thing, and they might be running into that problem.
I think that this problem of men not asking questions on dates isn't that modern. If you look down through like the comments on this Independent article, there are a lot of people saying that this has been happening for years. For example, women saying actually they—
So I think like a part of it is that guys kind of just see like a woman that they like, and they don't care about actually knowing her. And they probably want to get in bed with them. They, you know, like they want to make them their girlfriend, and then like they want to marry them, but without even knowing like a single thing about them, right? So that is a possibility. Okay, so yeah, these are just all—
They were like this in my dating days, many years before dating apps were even dreamed of. So maybe this isn't that much of a modern problem at all anyway. How beautiful. We are all connected by our collective annoyance with not—
Oh yeah, that, bro. And then it's like, if I start asking questions and like she's giving me these dry ass responses in real life or on text, I'm gonna end up stop asking questions and like just move on from her. And like, be careful with asking all those questions too. So I'm just saying, whatever.
Having people show interest in us in romantic situations. Oh, how I love being a woman. Is it cruelty? Is it narcissism?
Boring. Let's move on to the next thing. How men talk versus women, which, well, I mean, men talk directly, women talk indirectly, so that's basically it, you know what I mean? Questioners and open shares. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm bored now because she's actually gonna go ahead and just dissect it down to a science or whatever the fuck. So go ahead and check out the full video if you want yourself, bro. I'm done here watching that shit. To answer the question as to why men don't ask any questions on dates, it's probably because they're better than them. You know what I mean? It's just like, as a man, you know, like I'm probably just better than you anyways, and you know, like you're kind of boring to talk to anyways. No, it's like, what can like you truly tell me that can really impress me? You know what I mean? Like, I just love myself. You know what I mean? I just really enjoy talking about myself. You feel me? Just. Anyways, fellas, I don't really give a shit at all. This shit is gay. Anyways, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later.